Hi everyone, Miranda here. Welcome to my live for this week. Okay, today I am talking about something that I really love, and it's my number one must for teaching your small child. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I'm assuming you all do, I am a teacher. I am actually a primary school teacher and I love it, and probably could have been a kindergarten teacher actually, because I really love that age group. But there are some things that you really need to know when you go about teaching your child things. Okay, so how do you get your kid to learn how to put on their shoes? How do you get your child to learn how to pack up their bedroom? We're always working on that one. How do you get your child to learn how to cook? How do you actually teach them? And some people have a gift in it. Obviously teachers, that's one of the things they're good at because they understand it, but also because some people are just gifted in different areas. That's just how it is. Okay, we all know that I probably couldn't sell my house. I probably couldn't plan my backyard any better than I have. Lots of those things I'm not good at, but this is definitely one of my zones of genius, and I'm sure you guys have got lots and lots of them too. So I'm going to be sharing again my number one tip on my number one must really on what you need to know in order to teach your child well, and that's teach them anything. All right, so first thing you need to know is I'm going to be teaching you a little bit of teacher lingo today as well. There's something that we learn about in uni that I've loved since forever, and it's called the ZPD. It's called the Zone of Proximal Development. Now that's a massive old word, that's a massive old phrase I should say, to say one thing. It basically means the zone of proximal development is between the spot that your child already knows how to do things and the space that they don't know how to do things. Okay, so for instance, your child can put on their shoes. Maybe they can, let's use the shoes always like I always do. They can put their shoes on, but they can't tie their laces, all right? Can put shoes on, can't tie their laces. In between is a gap, and that's called the zone of proximal development. What you might be able to do in there is to give them some strategies, give them some skills, give them some teaching about what they can actually do to start learning how to tie their shoelaces, for instance. Okay, this will work with helping your kids learn how to clean up their bedroom. This will work helping your kids learn how to control their emotions. Yes, we're doing the emotional course at the moment, and it's lots and lots of fun. Everything that anyone has ever learned has gone through this space, all right? It's basically the stuff you know and the stuff you don't know. And as parents, we're in that zone helping our kids, or teachers, helping the kids work out how to get from one point to another. Because in that ZPD, in that zone of proximal development, is the space where you can do things with help. Okay, and the help comes from a parent or a teacher or someone else or whoever it is that helps you learn how to do something. Sometimes it could be another kid, right? I learned to ride my bike because my friend, when I was 3, taught me how to ride my bike, because my mum, we had a little kid over, one of my friends came over and he was a gun at riding his bike. He taught me how to do it. Okay, so kids can teach other kids lots of things, and they do teach them lots and lots of things, okay? Even if it's stuff about Hatchimals or stuff about how to play with certain toys. Kids are learning, people are learning all the time, okay? And it's always in that zone. So why is that helpful for us as parents? It's really helpful for us as parents because we can see what our kids can do and we can see what they can't do. I'm not quite sure whether we should talk about which one we're focusing on, but anyway, we can see what they can do, see what they can't do. In the middle, there is something that we need to help them with to help them move from that to that. Yeah? So in the middle, there's something that we can do. We can teach them, let's go back to the shoes example. We can teach them how to do the first bit of tying your shoelaces, so over and around and under. That's amazing. If they can get that, they can work, we can help them work on that. We might do half of it for them and they just pull them tight for the first 10 times or the first 2 days of trying. And then the next day, they might be able to hold one of the sides while we hold the next side. So they're getting to the place where they're getting what they can do, because then they not only can they only put their shoes on, they can put their shoes on and do some of their laces. Then they can do a bit more of their laces. And then they can tie the whole first bit themselves and we just do the bunny ear bit. Right? You see what I'm saying? This is the number one must understand thing for parents, okay, to help teach their child. Okay, whether they're teaching them at home, whether they're teaching them, in between whatever they're doing, okay, whether you're a homeschooler or not a homeschooler, someone who doesn't, do that much with their kids, whatever you are, if you are someone who wants to be able to help your kids do things or understand things, this is what you are working through every time without even knowing it. For me, it was massive to learn about this because going from one to the next is exactly what a teacher has to do all the time. So in my classroom, with my children, I've got 3 kids, most of you know, with my kids, I need to know exactly where they are all the time in order to help them. So child A, my eldest, 8-year-old, might come to me and go, Mum, I can't draw a panda. I need to know how to do it. I have to go, oh, well, which bit will she be able to do? Because if I give her something that's way too easy, she's like, Mum, I already knew how to do that. And she feels all, because I thought she was silly. But if I say to her, that's all right, you draw the whole body and I'll just draw the eyes on, she'll go, Mum, I can't do that. I don't know how to draw a panda. And she gets stressed about it then. Yeah? So that's an a bit of an extreme example. I don't know how stressed she'd get. But if my 4-year-old comes in, I need to also be aware that she probably can't draw a panda either. And she's going to get really upset if I expect that she can do the same as the 8-year-old. Okay, so understanding where your child is at, what they can do, and what they're working on, what they're learning to do with your help is amazingly helpful as a parent and as a teacher, because you can actually be present and engaging in that moment when your kid really needs it, right? And you can help them move to the next level, which means they experience success. They also experience the pride that comes from success, okay? We experience happiness because we've helped them, and because our child can now do that little bit more. They're that little bit more independent. They're that little bit more happy because they can do something they wanted to do or needed to be able to do for their life, like tie their shoes. Okay, it's really, really important to understand this. It might have a big long name, zone of proximal development, might have a massive long name, but it basically means the space between what your kids can do by themselves, what they can't do, and in the middle is the space where you can help them. And because if you help them, if you keep helping them in that way, then they are going to keep on firing. They are going to just keep on learning. They're going to keep on understanding more and more things. They're going to build. Okay, it's not going to just be one thing that they learn and then they're like, awesome, I've done that, I'm gone. No, they might do that at the exact time, but basically they're going to keep on learning. And that is how I'm stimulating my kids' learning all the time, and then wanting to know more about the world all the time, because I can see what they want to know and I help them learn it. And then next thing, they want to know something else, and then I help them learn it. Okay, and I don't mean I spend heaps and heaps of time on it. I mean, I know what they need to learn, what they want to learn, What they want to learn, we go in that direction. We go in that direction. We go in that direction. Yeah, you want to learn about the planets? Yep, let's go in that direction. You want to learn how to put your shoes on? Let's go in that direction. You want to help me hang the washing out? Let's go in that direction. Yeah? You want to learn about anything? You want to ask me about sex? Let's go in that direction when I feel like you're ready to hear it. You want to learn about anything? I will teach you about it at your level with just little tiny bite-sized bits rather than the whole bunch, like that ad where he talks about the whole human procreation thing. Oh my gosh, too much information. Little tiny bites, bits that help them move along a little bit at a time, because they can't learn what's over here until they've learnt all the bits up to it. All right, so there you go. That is my must-have, my must-know thing for teaching your small child. All right, you don't have to remember all the big names. Just know that you need to know where your kid's at and where they want to get to, or where they need to get to when it comes to, like, you know, things that they need to know how to do themselves, and work out what the small steps are in the middle in order to help your child do that. It doesn't require a whole lot of brain space, but you need to be aware of your child. All right, because trying to teach them a skill that's too much equals anxiety, stress, failure, your child feeling crap about themselves, basically, if you'll excuse the French. And it means that you're frustrated as a parent, all those other things. All right, giving your child the right thing to do at the right time to help them build is instrumental in helping you feel better, them feel better, experience success, build confidence, self-esteem, all that stuff as well. It is all going together like this. All right, there you go. That's my live for this week. I hope you guys have got something out of this. I'd love you to drop a like if you think this is helpful. I'd love you to drop a comment. I'd love you to drop some sort of question that I can answer maybe next week in my live. Otherwise, have a wonderful day. Bye.